A very good Saturday to you. Today is episode 22 of RyugenTrades. I'll be covering SKP Resources. Is the recovery in motion? I'll be talking through my trade plan so far, and I'll be talking about stop limit orders, trailing stops, and how I'm using this for my trade. If you're new to this channel, I'm a retail trader trying to make sense and swim safely with the sharks and the whales. A quick disclaimer before we begin: this is not an investment or trading advice. This is just me sharing my opinion and my trading plan for SKP Resources. So let's get on with it. So this will be my first update since my initial video posted 10 days ago on SKP Resources. So the playbook I'm using is the right side of the V, stock code for SKP Resources 7155. So this is update number 1, and if you have missed my earlier video, you can check it out in the link below as to why I am trading SKP Resources. But this video is all about my trading so far. I'm following to my trading plan. As updated in my first video, I've entered one position on the 20th of February at 75 cents. Since then, I have added to my tranche 2 and tranche 3 positions. And when the price hit 78 cents, I entered on 26 February, 77.5, and on the 1st of March, I entered my third tranche. When the price hit 81 cents, I entered at 80.5. So next, I'm waiting for entry for tranche 4 at 84 cents. When price hit 84, I'll be making an entry, a buy order. So stop loss is still important at 69 cents in case things turn the way that we don't want it to. Stop loss will limit our exposure to the stock. And target price is still 110. I'll be using a trailing stop. I'll be talking more about this later in the video. And the risk reward 1 to 5 for potential 38% gain, and this is all within a 6 months time frame as of my initial entry. And you'll be wondering, for tranche 2 and tranche 3, how did my buy order match at the lower price? Even though my initial target was 78, I entered 77.5, and tranche 3 my target was 81, but I entered at 80.5. Well, this is all through stop limit orders, which I'll be talking about next. Well, stop limit order is something I discovered recently, so I'm just sharing this with you so that if you think it could be used as part of your trading, please do so. Well, the idea behind stop limit order is there is 2 prices that you need to key in. Most trading platforms should have this. I'm using CIMB Trade, and you can, if you're using Rakuten or Maybank, I'm sure they have stop limit orders as well. Well, there's 2 prices you need to key in. The first is the trigger price, and the second is the limit buy order price. Now, trigger price is something that is set that once the trigger price is met, then your order will be queued into the market based on your limit order. So for example, SKP Resources, I set my trigger price at 78 cents, but my limit order at 77.5 to buy. So what happened during the price action for the day? The price hit 78, so my order was immediately put in at 77.5, and it was matched after that. And I tell you what, when stop limit orders work, you really feel good, because who doesn't like a discount on their purchases? So it's up to you whether you want to use stop limit orders in the future. I'm sure there's many other variations of how you can make use of this to make your trading better. Of course, the risk of using stop limit order is that if the price continues to go up, then your limit order will never be matched and you'll miss out on the trade. So there is always a pros and cons. Next, I'll be talking about using trailing stop to manage this trade, and I'll show much more detail in the later point in the video using charts to show you how I use trailing stop. But basically, the whole idea is to ride any price upward movement as far as possible. So I'm using an ATR Trailing Stop on the weekly chart. 3.5 ATR. So the advantage is, as I mentioned, if a stock is uptrending, you want to catch the wave as high as possible, and the whole objective is so that I don't sell too early. But of course, the trade-off is that you will never sell at the high. So later on, I'll show in detail how I'm using this. Let's move on to the charts. SKP Resources, this is the weekly chart. I'm using Tradingview, and as you can see the two yellow lines there, this is the V that we're talking about, and we are on the right side of the V. And the last low was March 2020. It has gone up to, and that is the exact recovery we want to catch, up to almost 2 ringgit, and we're at 80 cents currently. So 2 ringgit, if the V goes back all the way up to 2 ringgit, it will be quite a ride. But at the moment I'm setting my target at around 110, and using trailing stop loss, it could, if it goes higher, I will be riding that wave. So what is interesting, a recap, you haven't seen my video, is that let's just pick the drawing tool, a rectangle, and what has happened, this area I'm shading is the volume. It has significantly increased for the past couple of weeks, in fact months, and price upward movement is, you have a high chance of price upward movement when there's high volume, and that is the right side of V. We hope to see this price continue to move up. So we move on to using trailing stop loss. I'm using a paid account on Tradingview, and I'm activating ATR Trailing Stop Loss. This is one of the community scripts that is used, that is shared by one of the members, and it looks a bit messy. In fact, it looks like KL traffic jam, but nevertheless, let's talk about this green line, the green line that trails the price. And when it works very, very well. Let's focus on this part in the somewhere around May 2020. If you're using the ATR trailing stop loss, you would have ride the price all the way up to 2 ringgit. I'm just showing now ATR trading stop loss. This is shared by one of the users in Tradingview. So I have activated this. So you see the green line, as long as the price action does not close below the green line, there is no sell order triggered. And if I draw how much it has gone up, if you're using this trailing stop loss, it is 144% over 82 bars, which is 82 weeks, which is roughly about 1.5 years. So that is a pretty good return for a stock. You would see right somewhere there's a drop below the green line, but eventually it closed above. So using the right level of the ATR stop is important. And finally, very quickly, I'll just show the setting for this ATR trailing stop loss. The ATR period is 5. HHV, if I'm not mistaken, is something to do with the high value period, and the multiplier is 3.5. So you can play around and adjust accordingly. The trailing stop loss line will move, and the buy sell signals will also be triggered differently. So you can use it on the weekly chart, daily chart, 5-minute chart. It's all up to you depending on your trading time frame. So the buy and sell signals can be, I wouldn't use this 100% to trade, but it is a good reference point if it fits in your trading plan. So the last trigger was a buy signal, and I'll be riding this all the way up to my target price. So I'm just showing you my alerts on Tradingview. So another thing I love about Tradingview is that I can use alerts, and it will just trigger a notification on my phone and on my watch. So that's my stop loss at 69 cents, and this one will be my target price of 110. And you can always set an alert. This is how you add an alert in Tradingview. So you can have this trigger once it hits this price, then it will trigger an alert and notify me so that I don't have to look at the screen the entire day. Well, all this is I'm doing this because I am a retail trader. I am not a full-time trader, so I don't have the luxury of monitoring the stocks that I enter. So alerts is very useful. And another final alert I'm going to use now is on the ATR Trailing Stop Loss. You can also set alerts when there's a sell signal using this particular script, ATR Trailing Stop Loss. Let me just change this back to 3.5. Okay, and I will set an alert now. On the sell signal, again, it will alert me. So I'll just call this trailing stop loss, SKP Resources trailing stop loss, and this will alert me and I'll know that it could be time to sell. So that is all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to this channel, do consider subscribing if you find value in what I'm sharing. And if you are an existing subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Have a good trading week ahead.